Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Back out here this evening on the 49. Going to get this door skin buttoned up. We're going to finish hammering and dollying it out. Get it ready to be welded in, possibly welded in tonight. So last night we left off with I was going to put the door back on, which I got the door back on. So it's looking pretty good. Still, you know, could use a little bit of adjusting, but it's on there. It's tacked in place. The door is shut. The gaps look okay. They're nice and consistent, other than the very bottom. The two corners on the very bottom are a little tight, which I may have to do some adjusting with that. But I'm gonna finish. I am going to finish getting it installed so that it's on there permanently, and then we'll worry about doing the adjusting. I can go up with a little bit on the door. I can adjust the rocker a little bit before I make any decisions on whether I'm gonna trim the bottom of the door a little bit. So, but I'm gonna pull this door off right now. We're gonna get it set up on the stand, and we're gonna start hammering and dollying it. So here we go. Thank you for joining us. Put you guys up over here so you guys can see better. Where are the gloves? Now last night when I was working on this door, I think I had you guys set up over on the workbench over there, and once I opened the door, I don't think you guys could see me. I was hidden behind the door, so put you up over here. So I think this is number 10 or 11. Taking this door off. Okay, I'm just going to start hammering and dollying. We're going to go around, and we're going to get this pinched tight and pinched permanently.
Fumble liar.
Almost.
Are we there yet?
No, Chris, honey, we're not.
Are we there yet?
No, Chris.
Looks good. Feels pretty good. Nice and straight. Nothing got all wavy. Okay, so we got that hammered out, dollied out. I think it looks pretty good. I think next I'm gonna I'm gonna trim the inside of this pinch weld over here for sure. A little bit on the other side. The pinch weld, the fold, the flap, the fold, whatever you want to call it, looks like it's probably about an 1/8 inch thicker than the factory one. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape and I'll cut with the whiz wheel along here and cut that little 1/8 inch off so that it matches the factory. I don't have to do it on the bottom because there's nothing that connects to the bottom. But we're going to do it up here on the side where you can see it. The other side's got just a little bit, I think just a little shaving on that side, and we're good. This side I actually got to cut some. Trying to cut very carefully. I don't want to cut through the other side of the door. You know, it's sealed right there, so if I nick it a little bit, no big deal. But putting a cut into it, that I can't have that. So just be very careful. got that trimmed up, and I just I ran over with some 80 on the grinder, and I wasn't really trying to remove any materials. I was just trying to clean it up. There were a lot of hammer marks in it and whatnot, and there's still some hammer marks in it that aren't gonna, you know, go away without some primer, but you know, it's primable. It'll get some seam sealer, you know, and I think we'll be okay with it. Once we get some primer on it, we'll be good to go. So, but so now I'm gonna weld up the little edges here that fold over. I'm gonna get those welded up, and we'll flip the door over and start making it fit along the edge of the skin, so that we can get that welded up and get that situated. Figures, as soon as I cut my hair, it gets cold out again. Whew. Helmet's cold. Okay, camera died for a second. I had the plug right next to it. Why I didn't have it plugged in, I don't know. But you guys didn't miss nothing. I just finished. So I welded the seam on the inside on both sides, and then I welded the corners. I didn't weld the seam on the corner, just the very corner where you could see the seam at the corner. So. Okay. Sorry, I'm connected to the cord. I can't get no closer. Thought it had just been a few minutes faster before that battery died. I could have showed you guys a little bit closer of a view. But, you know, it looks good. The door skin is on the back side here. You know, we got the new you know, the new inner piece here. Like I said, I'll smear with my finger across here with a little Marglass. I'll have a nice curve there like I did from the factory. It won't be real thick, it'll be very thin. It'll look good. So I'm happy with that. Now, let's see what we can do over here. I I just want to see this corners down a little bit. I want to just see if I can I get in there, push that corner up. Yes, I can. Cool. Very cool. Cool. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by like just sticking a screwdriver under here and kind of propping up the door skin, and I'm just gonna work this edge a little bit until I meet with my cut. I know last night I was saying that I was just gonna go over the top of it because it's right here on this corner. You know, I'm just gonna grind it down. It is so close to being at my cut line. I might as well just take the few minutes to make it fit. Okay, only took a couple minutes to just run along that edge with the grinder, get that cleaned up. Now, nothing is overlapping, it's all going to be butt welded.
I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt.
Okay, this is it. Let's weld this thing on. It ain't coming off no more. If I have to cut this thing back off, we have problems. Okay, so this is going to be a slow process. Weld, cool, move around, weld, cool, move around. Turning up the power a little bit. Because I have it's a pretty tight butt.
That's what she said?
And most of it, tight butt. And most of it, I just want to make sure I get good penetration.
what she said.
Because I'm gonna be grinding this smooth, so. Okay, I need to push up on this door, and I can't push up and weld at the same time. The rest of it feels pretty darn good. I can try and force it so that it stays. It's just there's like in the door itself, there's like a dent right on this corner. Okay, I got it. Just making sure there's like I don't feel much of a drag when I run my hand across cuts. Some areas there's absolutely nothing. A couple areas where I feel just a little bit, but it's not bad at all. Out of welding wire. Okay, I'll be back. I gotta reload up the welder with new wire. Unfortunately, when I went the last time that I went up to the welding shop, I knew I was running low, so I grabbed new wire, and they didn't have my normal wire, so I gotta change everything around. Got to change the wheel around, got to change the tips around, so it's going to take me a few minutes to do this. I'll be back. Okay, I got the wire all changed out. I got the welder readjusted. Hopefully, I did a couple of just test spot welds on some metal here, just to make sure. Normally I run 0.23 or 0.023, and all they had at the welding store when I went to go get more wire was 0.30. So not a huge deal. It's just a little bit thicker of a wire. So you know, just make sure the welder's turned up a little bit and your speed's turned down a little bit, and you should be good to go. So like I said, I did a little test panel there, and it seems to be working okay. A lot of the YouTube videos that I watch make it custom.
I'm Carl Fisher. I'm the owner of Japan's Customs. Welcome to my channel, Make It Custom.
Putting his fat shop. They all use the .030. So it's all just a preference. It's no big deal that it's different wire. You just gotta know how to adjust to it. So, like I said, I turned down the wire speed a little bit. I already had the heat up, so I can't go any higher on the heat. But I dropped from 6 to 5 on the speed, and that's just so I don't get like a super fat weld. I turned it down a little bit so that it kind of, you know, levels itself out. So hopefully we'll be okay. Let's see here. I'll make adjustments as I go, but that's why I kind of did a test panel first, so I wasn't trying to figure out the settings on the welder on the door. So a little bit more. Put new tips on and everything, so everything's nice and clean. The only real difference I can see with using this thicker wire is I'm getting a lot of pushback. Like it really pushes my arm back when I, you know, go to spot weld. and it kind of sucks because it's pushing me away from where I want my weld. But other than that, it's welding okay. That's why if you guys can see in the video that there's like a lot of pop, 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 and I'm getting some, I'm getting a lot of broken wire everywhere, and it's because it keeps pushing me back. I'm going to try and turn down the wire speed a little bit more. Push me back, a lot cleaner looking weld. So I got my, when I switched the wire, I went from 6 to 5, and it seemed to be working okay, but like I said, it was giving me some pushback. I'm at about 3.8 now, and it seems to be working a lot better. I'm getting less pushback, less pop. The welds look pretty clean. Try turning it down just a little bit more. We're at like 3.2 now. Okay, we got her all welded up. Ended up turning it back up to like 2.8 on the speed of the welder. I had turned it down to like 2.2 and I didn't like the way it was welded. It wasn't any better, so just gonna run over the top of the weld real quick with the 36 to kind of level it out. Then I'll come back with my weld buster tomorrow, knock it most of the way down, and then I'll clean it up with some 80. I'm just gonna run over it real quick so I can see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna call it a night. It's 11 o'clock at night, so
Get gone.
Yeah, well, let me go again.
okay, so that's it for me tonight. Go in and shower and eat dinner. Make sure the dogs are taken care of. So I ran over it with the 36 and not trying to take the weld completely off with the 36. 36 is it's a really rough grit, and I don't want to tear into the old door metal or the new skin metal with the 36. Now tomorrow I'll come back with my weld buster, which is like a giant thick whiz wheel, and I'll concentrate just on the weld itself till I get it really close, and then we'll come back and we'll clean it up with the 80. She'll be good to go. Very, very little Bondo I think will be needed. It's right on the roll of that body line, so should be able to get it nice and smooth there. You know, and if you know, well, there will be, but you know, the Bondo will, you know, it'll only be in an area like this big, the length of the door. So, you know, it might be a little wider here at the edges, but for the most part, it'll be super thin, and you know, we're good. No warpage, no dents, no nothing. I was able to keep the heat down. You know, it was a little iffy trying to play with the welder to get used to this new wire, but I don't mind the new wire. It seemed to be okay. Just had to get it dialed in a little bit. So tomorrow's another day. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow we'll get this lower skin wrapped up. I made tomorrow, there's a couple of bolts up here from an old mirror. I may get those welded up as well since I'm right here. And then once I get this weld cleaned up, then it's just do whatever I got to do to get the door to fit and close and make sure everything's right, and and I'm happy with everything. And once that's done, I can jump back down to that rocker and get that wrapped up. So we're getting real close here to having this driver's side of the cab wrapped up. So we're getting closer. Definitely a lot more work involved in this side than I very first anticipated. Yeah, there was just a lot to it. It was really out of shape. So, but we're almost there. We almost got it back in shape and looking good. So, remember, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.
Oop.